Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Absolutely, it's an attractive job. Northwest Arkansas is a great place to live. It's a great place with a lot of money around it. And I think with the facilities, with some of the boosters that surround the program, there is no reason whatsoever Arkansas couldn't be one of the 12 teams in the College Football Playoff. And oh, by the way, that's probably going to expand. So now you're talking, what, a 16-team playoff? Mm-hmm. I mean, you're damn right you can win at Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
First and goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
I got to be honest, I was long gone by the time that happened, but I saw the highlight this morning. Falls down again, and gets up and runs, breaks a tackle, and bang, he's in the end zone.
Oh, I got news for all of us. So the Chiefs are no longer America's team. Yeah.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over. I'm a Packers fan now.
Edward's in a fighting mood about this. I'm just going to warn you. Edward's in a fighting mood. I came in and I said, man, the run's up. It's a great run. Well, who's going to win? Who's going to win the AFC? Who's it going to be?
And he's not happy with you at all. And then 3 seconds before we are on, the open is almost concluded.
I know.
And your mic falls off.
Yeah, I know. And Edward
runs over there.
He really does.
And puts himself on the line.
He does.
To get your mic hooked up without any thought whatsoever that you just hurt his feelings. And that's just the kind of character we have around here.
It is.
The guys like that,
It
Bart's constant servant leadership. It's just what
it
is.
was not my intention to hurt anybody's feelings. I was just pointing out that they've had a great run. It was a great run.
It's over.
And it's over.
It's over.
In my opinion. Now, Edward's got other opinions.
Well, what are they, Edward? I don't know. I don't see it, man.
Well, Chuck mockingly.
I was not mocking you. I was
laid
not
out my
mocking
argument
you.
about the AFC, but if you look around the AFC, I'll take the Chiefs over a lot of these teams who are 4-1, 3-2 in a playoff scenario with Mahomes in the defense.
There you go. That's as early as
one game against the Jags in a weird game is not worrying me.
I don't know, man.
The Bills lost to the Patriots this week. The Ravens are terrible.
There we go.
The Steelers are 3-1.
Yeah.
The Steelers aren't going to win anything.
It's like
The Colts are 4-1.
Somebody's
The Colts aren't
make
going to win anything with
triple
Daniel
bogey
Jones.
and win the whole. Is that what you're telling me? Somebody in the AFC.
I'm saying I'm not worried about a Week 5 game on the road against a
I know,
decent team.
but it hasn't looked good all year, and I'm off.
They're
off
just
the bandwagon.
aging. They're just aging.
I got rid of
That's all.
In fact, I got up this morning and just got rid of all the Chief stuff. Took it right out of the closet.
Yeah.
Well, so long.
It's in the I'm just kidding.
Don't come back in January when we're in the
just
playoffs.
Yeah, don't be
Why
jumping
not?
They're
on the
looking a little
bandwagon.
sweeter.
Why not? I was welcome when they were winning Super Bowls. Yeah, you were happy to have me. We had them as America's team. Not anymore. So, hey, look, things change so quickly in sports. College football is every week. It's totally different. And in the NFL, you can jump off bandwagons and hop back on whenever you want. I mean, a lot of NFL fans are like that. I don't know it's most of them, but there are a lot of people who just adopt NFL teams. And it's because we don't pay attention.
That's right.
We don't really care that much. And, you just turn on games on Sunday, if you get to it, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. Then you happen to be watching the next week, and it's the same team, and they're winning again. And by about 3 weeks of that, you become a fan of the team.
That is kind of how it
That
works.
is for several people. I'm not saying it's the majority of NFL fans, but the NFL's brand can be fun to watch in different ways. And if you're, like some of us, and we didn't grow up just being a diehard fan of, Bart is just he's sunk being a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so loyal he can't help himself.
That's a bad
But
hand.
if I were you, I would maybe enhance my life and change teams.
No. Under no circumstances.
That's fine
will that
too.
be
Like
happening.
you
I
can live.
respect you, Bart.
I do too, but also I kind of want you to have a happy life. And when I see, okay, well, that's good to hear. Thankfully, it's not circumstantial. It doesn't depend on circumstances, because if it did, you'd be miserable. You would. The Reds, the Bengals.
Yeah, well, while we're talking
Notre
about
Dame. Notre Dame doesn't even know you're a fan.
While we're talking about my team's John Morant out for he's
The
week
Grizzlies,
to week.
that's another
week
one.
to week with an ankle injury. We're back where we started.
Thank God Cincinnati doesn't have an NBA team.
They used to.
You'd be stuck with that
They
team.
used
Royals.
to, yeah.
Cincinnati Royals.
Years and years ago, they did.
Oscar Robertson.
That's right.
This is what I have to say to you, Bo,
Goodbye. They're leaving. They're leaving. They're
and all the
mass
Chiefs
exodus.
fans, the
They're
fake
heading
ones.
for the exits.
Oh, it's
Can you
awesome.
believe it?
Goodbye.
Hey, I'm a Cowboys
Mass
fan.
exodus, 2 and 3. Goodbye.
That was on the ready. We need more of that. Not just when it's about me, like just throughout the show. We need more of that. That was on time.
That was good.
That was good. One more time.
Goodbye.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
leaving. They're leaving. They're mass exodus.
They're heading for the exits.
it's
Can you
awesome.
believe it?
Goodbye.
Listen to the joy
Oh, yeah.
in that clip.
It was unbridled
We
joy.
need more of that as a Razorback Nation.
Yeah.
We need more of that. Are we going to get any of that this week? Oh, that could happen this week. If Arkansas were to,
They would
pull
empty
the
out
shot-
of Neyland
Oh,
Stadium.
It'd be out of there.
They wouldn't.
Goodbye.
They would empty out.
Yeah, and that would be. You need to play that clip for the team. Hey guys, have Petrino let you come in there and just say a few words. Hey guys, I know it's been a rough couple of weeks. You want to feel better? Watch all these people, 100,000 of them, file out of the stadium in the fourth quarter.
Well, if Arkansas is way ahead in the fourth quarter, we'll just come out of that last break, and we'll have Z saying goodbye.
Yeah,
they're
you need to
leaving.
have that queued
yeah,
up.
just have it queued up and ready.
What game was that? Where that clip's from?
That was
Kentucky.
Kentucky. That was in Lexington.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Wow. See, we have had some moments.
Oh, we've had moments.
How about going back to basketball season and thinking about that moment and what a pivotal time it was for the season?
It ain't over.
And the thing that I would draw a comparison on with Cal and Bobby Petrino is the resolve to not allow the outside noise to become the narrative. Like Cal refused to let that happen. And, Petrino's here for a second time, so it's not like this has been going on all season for him. But I hear him in these press conferences, and we had him on the show yesterday, and I thought he had some interesting things to say in his news conference yesterday. But his direct style of leadership and communication, if you really listen, it's sort of like I have a bad habit of listening to a song, and I can't tell you the lyrics. Like I get every fifth word. Maybe. But if you really listen to what's being said, there's a message in there.
Oh, there always is.
And with Petrino, there's
I'll tell you what, our timing is spectacular this morning.
oh, it's about to fall apart. What it is. There's a message there with Petrino. Now he's a songwriter.
Oh, God.
I mean, am I in the minority or majority of people when it comes to listening to music and not knowing the lyrics?
I like good lyrics, but I can't tell you that
And I
I
cannot
always
lie.
notice them the very first time. Yeah. Yeah.
I like good lyrics and I cannot lie.
That's right.
Yeah. Here we go. What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
You got a full-on practice today.
Yeah.
They only practiced for an hour yesterday.
He's and I guess they'll get into this next week. Sunday night will be a practice night for the backups. And then Tuesday's when they'll really hit the ground running. Monday will be an off day. It's every coach has a different schedule. Lots of coaches do the Monday off thing. They come back and do a little, do some stuff on Sunday, not a lot, but then they really hit it on Tuesday.
Here's a little bit of Petrino on the process that results in wins
Yeah, I want us to do the process right, do the things that you need to do to win games. And that's our, in our preparation and how we practice, how we go about our daily business, how the players are in the building, in the weight room. And then that gives you the opportunity to win. As long as you're doing the things that lead up, the end result is with a W. So we're gonna work hard on preparing and doing things right, and then getting out on the field and compete. I want everybody out there competing hard and giving us their best effort. The one thing about being here at Arkansas, it's always been about being tough and physical and hard-nosed, and we got to get to that.
You think when Hunter came to Bobby and said, hey, will you be the interim coach? And he said yes. And then, hey, do you want to be a candidate for the full-time job? And Petrino said, of course. Do you think Petrino then left the meeting and said to himself, wonder what I'm going to do?
No.
I mean, at all, right? He knows exactly what he wants to do.
And it was interesting, and I'll give Hunter credit for this. My understanding is Hunter basically, I'm going to give you carte blanche to run this football program while you're the interim head coach, which included the dismissal of 3 coaches. That is not something that always happens. In fact, if you really stop and look at it, it's pretty rare. Now it's also rare that you have an interim coach with over half your season remaining too. So I understand why he did it. But my point is he didn't have to do that. Lots of ADs wouldn't have done that. I don't know if he offered or if it was requested. I don't know. But that was the end result. And so, clearly, and look, he's got a resume here that backs it up. He was 34-17 here. But clearly he's been given some leeway that the vast majority of interim coaches are not.
Is there a better candidate on a staff in the country? And this is sort of rhetorical, but is there a better candidate today coaching in college football as an assistant that could be more adequately prepared to step into an interim head coaching role after like a third or fourth of 2/3 of the way through the season?
I don't see how you could find one. I just don't.
I know it's not ideal, but this guy just walks in and immediately owns the room and immediately tells everyone what's going to happen, and then systematically just goes about putting the process in place and leading without any hesitation. And I really believe, as jarring as it was for some of these players and as challenging as the whole situation is, that if you're following, you respect that. And you begin, if you start to see any results, you really begin to believe in it. And to me, that's as good a chance as they have. Hunter is in Pocahontas right out of the gate today.
He's still there, but he's not with us. He's
hopefully. Come on, man.
He's leaving. Goodbye.
Is it my fault for not getting to him earlier?
No, he seemed eager to talk. I figured he'd hold on for a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't that long. I mean, it was
it was literally a few minutes.
Yeah.
Others maybe something came. Maybe something came up.
Yeah, something came up.
Had to go to the bathroom or something.
Let me say this about what you were saying there. No, there's not a coach out there that's more ideally suited to be the interim head coach, nor is there anyone out there who gives the Razorbacks a better chance to win some of these 7 remaining games than Bobby Petrino. Now, the question beyond that, and I believe it's the only question, is who gives Arkansas the best chance to win football games? If it's Bobby Petrino, based on what we've seen this year, or based on what the feeling is at the end of the season, then he should be the one they hire. If they don't feel that way, if it's obvious it's not that way, then you go in a different direction. I know there are lots of issues surrounding Bobby Petrino. I'm well aware of that. But, guys, let's not act like everybody we're competing against operates on some high ideal that, we have to achieve. Guys out there doing everything they can to beat Arkansas and beat everybody else. And the idea that you'd hire somebody for any reason other than winning football games in this era is a little bit far-fetched. But there's no question that for this season, for the remaining 7 games, Bobby Petrino's the best bet they've got.
877-377-6963. If you want to talk about it, if you want to text about it. What's Arkansas got left here with 7 games left? It is just bizarre. It really is. But I'm telling you, when you watch the news conference, when Petrino comes on this show, I mean, it feels like a guy who's just walked in and taken complete control of the program. And I'll just give you a comparison. If you go to North Carolina and you walk into a news conference at Chapel Hill, or you listen to Belichick talk to the team, do you feel the same way?
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
Well, you had him yesterday. Chuck coined it mid-late crisis.
Late midlife crisis.
A
He's
late
having a late midlife crisis.
I thought you meant mid to late life, but no, you're okay. It came on late.
He's panicking at the end.
It came on late. It's 6:17. Bart has the weather today. Sunny with highs in the low 80s.
Beautiful.
Yeah. There's not cloudy, any of that? Windy?
Probably
Do we have any?
partly cloudy.
Passing clouds. Passing.
Some people are going fishing today. I won't mention any names, but I'm not one of them. But they might be listening right now, and they might not be bringing a Chick-fil-A order because of that. So breakfast might be up to you. Okay. It's the Chuck and Bo Show on a Tuesday. Good morning.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've been waiting for. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I haven't drank alcohol since '96 when I wet willied my boss in both ears at the Christmas party. We're on the way home, and my wife said, "You know what it is?" I said, "Yeah, it's time to stop drinking." She goes, "Yeah, it is."
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball playoffs last night. The Dodgers up 2-0, and the Cubs win last night. I think the Brewers won last night.
I thought you were about to go ahead and give the whole MLB playoff rundown, and I was really interested because I have no idea what's going on there.
Well,
thank you. Bart probably knows, but I thought you had all the scores.
I did, and then I don't. You know how that works sometimes.
Who's going to win the whole thing?
Well, he's going to
the
be
national championship.
No, he's talking about the World Series.
Oh, the World Series.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Just your thoughts on both, Bart. Your thoughts on both. No, I'm the one that
you started talking about scores being in the notes, and I was very.
Well, he was talking MLB.
Yeah.
I mean, I get they
I'm
give it
the
the
one that
first
screwed
segment.
it up. I'm the one that screwed
The first
it up.
segment was all over the road.
Yeah,
and so
I was just going to bump out of the break. I was going to bump out of the break.
The Dodgers beat the Phillies. The Brewers beat the Cubs.
Yeah, that's what I was essentially going to say.
Pretending to be a well-rounded guy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
A little bit of everything.
Yes.
Just going to touch on it.
And then I looked down, and the scores that were on my screen were gone. And because I didn't watch the game, I didn't know them by heart. And so I was stymied.
Shockingly, my interest was piqued, and you were shocked
I know.
by that. And you're like, oh, well, I didn't
very confused
really
by what was
plan
happening.
to go anywhere.
It was that was on me. I'll take the blame.
Bart's not often confused, so that's a win.
I know. Well,
it's 6:24.
I live to
Tuesday.
baffle Bart.
This is very
baffling Bart. That's a new segment.
Mariners, Tigers, Blue Jays, Yankees. The games today. As for who's going to win the whole thing, probably the Dodgers because they spend $70 billion on their team or whatever. Who cares?
So you don't like that?
No, I hate it. I am anti Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Edward,
it's boring.
We got to get Edward. You know how Edward keeps that list of sticky notes on these certain
really
moments
does.
and predictions that happen, and
they're called receipts.
Yeah, that's right.
They're called
receipts. We need all the things that Bart feels very strongly about.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Give me the Mariners or the Tigers or the Blue Jays. Literally anybody besides the Dodgers.
So
the Mariners have a shot. The Mariners have a shot.
Just so I'm clear. What you're
my
saying is you've given up. Yes, I'll get back to that. You were answering phones. Just so we're all clear, you don't like Major League Baseball because a team can spend their way to a win or a championship, right?
Yeah, I hate how.
How do you feel about college football?
And yet you love college football.
Yeah, but you love
well,
college football.
I don't like the way it's set up. I don't like the way college football's set up.
Do you think that college football?
But it's also a way more entertaining product.
Okay,
you're right. It is.
It's not in danger of going the way of Major League Baseball.
No.
Good. That's good to hear.
No.
Look out for Texas Tech.
Yeah.
What are they to win the national championship? Texas Tech's going to win
Too
the whole
high.
thing. They're going to win the whole thing.
They aren't.
They're going to be in the playoff. They're going to be.
Well,
in the playoff.
they may well be in the playoff, but then they'll play a real team and get their heads caved in.
Eric is in Fort Smith. Good morning, Eric. What's happening?
What else you want to know?
Morning, fellas. Quick question. I was reading some news this morning when I woke up and drinking my coffee, and I noticed that Arkansas was cutting ties with Blueprint.
Yes.
Is that kind of like an actor's manager or whatever, kind of telling them what to do? What does that do for Arkansas football program, and what are we going to be looking in the future and managing NIL?
Well, it'd be like hiring a third-party, sales team versus bringing it in-house. So when this all came about, it was new to everyone. And you had these companies come out like Blueprint. I'm talking about these NIL deals who, quote, specialized in executing these deals. And now I think people are realizing they don't need that. They can do it themselves. They can save 15%. Some of those deals that Blueprint had, were much bigger than 15%.
Well, and you also pay.
Does that mean Arkansas is going to hire someone to do it, what?
Well, they've got Remy Cofield. That was part of the idea, bringing him in as the general manager of the entire athletic department, not just football, but the entire athletic department. And so now
Awesome.
it's kind
Appreciate it, fellas.
it's kind of in his court on what they're going to do there, as I understand it.
Well, the only thing that I would say about Blueprint is whatever they do, it's not been the answer here. I mean, it's not to say that they're not a good company. I'm not saying that they're not good at what they do. I'm just saying they've not been a game changer here.
Well, they did okay. I don't know how they did compared to other places, but Hunter Yurchek said last week that those agreements have totaled more than $500,000.
And I'm not saying they're bad agreements
per agreement, but that's not.
It's not changed the game. Yeah, it's not changed the game. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, it'd be great if that was for you or me, but not for an entire sort of athletic department.
That's right.
And when it comes to basketball, I don't think they're really the Arkansas edge. Well, let's just leave it there. I don't know that's ever really. I don't know it's ever really gotten off the ground or ever really did. But again, in the beginning, people were trying to hire experts to help, and it turns out nobody was really an expert except some schools that figured it out pretty quick and have seemed to
had donors open their wallets.
Also, like I think the schools, the athletic department gets criticized some for this, and maybe they should be. Maybe it's fair for not doing as well as other schools. But, when you don't have a real belief, if we're talking football, in your program and how good it can be and that you actually have a shot at the playoff that year, it's hard to raise money. It's hard to go out and get that going. A little bit easier if you have a lot of hope in your program and the direction. And, it's a chicken egg thing a little bit. But when you've already got the team, like Ohio State, when they go out and raise money, it's pretty obvious they can compete at that level.
When we talk about raising money, though, we do it in very general terms. We say things like, if you win, the money will come. We don't ever really get specific about where that money is going to come from. For a lot of schools in the SEC, it's ticket prices. Arkansas's ticket prices are low compared to a lot of schools in the SEC that our fans expect them to beat. And, like, for example, the team Arkansas is going to play Saturday. They got a 10% NIL tax and
talent fee.
Yeah, talent fee and all this stuff on there. You're paying over $200 a pop. For just a normal ticket. I'm not talking about a club seat. I'm talking about just a normal ticket. If you were to buy a ticket to this game through the ticket office at Arkansas, it's $200 a ticket. Now, at Arkansas, you could raise more money for NIL. You certainly could. But are you going to sell tickets at $200 at Arkansas and expect to fill that place up? Knoxville has 500,000 more people. Their metro has 500,000 more people than Washington and Benton counties combined. And Washington and Benton counties hammering right now. Nashville metro, much, much larger than the Little Rock metro. The population of Tennessee is about 7 million. The population of Arkansas is about 3 million. It's a numbers game. Every person that you price out of the market, when you've got the numbers on your side, there's somebody ready to replace them. We've gone through that in basketball. We've not gone through it in football.
We got to hit a break. We'll take calls when we come back. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Speaking of money, they can help you with yours. They can help you bank better. More convenient locations all over Arkansas, helping Arkansans every day. Friendly local banking. That's how you bank better. Check them out online, fsbank.com, and bank better with First Security Bank. Member FDIC. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge. Today's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. And there. let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
special place. I mean, that's why I'm so fortunate that I was able to come back here, and I think that we've got to get it back to that special place where everybody in the state is behind the Hogs.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The A&M game's been announced. Game time's 2:30.
ESPN.
In Fayetteville. 3:15 this week in Knoxville.
We were talking earlier. It looks like unless they move that Texas game, Texas is in that window where it might be a night game in Austin. The only night game is going to be Missouri. It's going to be cold.
Yeah, it usually is.
It's Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Not as bad as it is there.
No, you're right.
Wonder if we'll have a crowd for that game. What will we be looking at when you have Arkansas, Missouri in a cold
That seems a lifetime away right now.
Year.
It could be anything. It just seems a lifetime away.
That's all anybody's talking about. What are we expecting?
I know. How many wins?
Who's going to be the coach? Everywhere
What's
I go,
the record
who's going to be the coach?
I know. That's what everyone's asking.
Steve's in Nashville. Steven, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Just one quick question. It may not be an important question, y'all, but it's something I need answered. Is I know they're probably going to wait to the end of the year, closer to the end of the year, to pick the coach. But is that a disadvantage since we have some of our future players decommitting? Should we not try to get one in there now to stop our future players from decommitting?
I don't think that's going to matter that much. I think players decommit because they don't know what they're committed to right now.
And you're not going to be
still available.
And frankly, the coaches that you want, they're still coaching. And you're not going to go hire somebody away from another team in the middle of the season. And if you do, you need to be mindful of the fact that if they'll leave them, they'll leave you. And so I'm not sure that's a route, or that's a road that you want to go down. But I'm sure there are conversations. There's been a report already that maybe the coordinator at Missouri had a conversation. I don't know if that's true or not, but I would imagine that there will be conversations, particularly with agents and others as well. So, but in terms of hiring someone, I don't see that happening until the season's over.
Yeah, and as far as recruits and commitments go, I mean, a commitment is a commitment, but it doesn't bind you to a school, and you can change your mind as we know at any time. And until Arkansas has some finality on where they're headed as a program, it's kind of hard to ask somebody to be committed.
It'll work itself out because of this. If Petrino, let's say, Arkansas goes on a run and Petrino's the guy, people are going to hop on because they've been on a run. You become a hot property again. And some of the decommits, if they want them, will be probably back on board. And if you're not any good the rest of the way and you hire somebody else, well, he's going to have to bring in all his guys anyway. Very seldom do you keep most of the recruits that one coach gets commitments from when a new coach comes in.
I think they had more decommitments over the Memphis Notre Dame losses than they did since they announced a change. Really, before the Notre Dame game, I saw quite a few of those decommitments. I don't know what all led to that, other than it didn't look great here, and they figured the writing was on the wall. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time for this to play out. Kevin's in Rogers. Hey, Kevin, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
This is Kevin from on the road. I got a question. I know this is primarily a football, basketball, baseball talk show, but how about Arkansas hockey? They're 6-2. They
good
swept
for them.
Texas A&M. They swept Iowa.
Yeah.
Like, Arkansas having a hockey team, they're actually really good. Only losses come to Missouri.
How about that?
I've heard they've been good for a while. I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard they've been good for a while.
Do you see the women's soccer team
I figured this was
had 4 straight goals the other night to come back and win?
No, I didn't.
I want it. Was it
I know.
No,
like we made
Mississippi State.
They made it to the playoffs last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they
for women's soccer.
Yeah, they've been in
a
tournament like every year, made runs and won SEC championships.
Draw a lot of crowd or a lot of people.
Yeah. How many people come to the hockey games?
I know. I have no idea. I've never been to a college game.
How do you know about the hockey team?
I follow them on Facebook.
Oh.
I work a lot, but I can keep up with them.
Yeah.
And I've always been a hockey fan since I've NHL 2003 when it came out.
Yeah.
I don't
play that now ever since I've been coming.
I don't know how many
Thanks,
of the
Kevin.
teams are sanctioned. Sanctioned.
They're club teams.
NCAA. Yeah, these
Yeah.
are club teams. Like for years, Arkansas had a rugby team. Yeah, for years and years, but it was not a sanctioned sport. But they competed against other, I'm going to guess, unsanctioned teams at other schools. But now, I mean, there's legit NCAA hockey. And in a lot of the Big Ten locales, it's like baseball is down south.
Kevin, are you still there?
I am.
Okay. So when's the
It's
season
Division
end?
II.
When's the season? Oh, they're in Division 2?
Yeah.
Oh, when's the season end?
I got it right here.
This is quite a routine.
Season ends March 17th.
So is it going
Yeah, well,
from
that's-
now till March
That's a
17th?
playoff. That's a national. That's
Okay.
a national tournament. Last game is going to be Oklahoma State, January 31st,
All right.
regular season.
All right. Bart, can we start adding that in the notes?
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Between now and March.
Are they sanctioned?
No, not as far as I'm.
Well, it's going to take
No.
some research.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I mean, I'm all for them. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I'm just curious because from time to time you'll hear people mention them. My understanding is they're pretty
That's
good.
right.
It's
I
a
hear the
club.
same
It's a
thing.
club
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
It's not part of the Razorback athletic
Jackson
department.
knows.
Jackson would
He'll
know, I'm
know.
sure.
Jackson
Yeah.
plays some hockey.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
is. He's a bruiser.
Is he tough as Mark Sanchez?
Man,
What
Mark.
in the world happened there?
Well, he sounds like he.
Well, he told a delivery driver he couldn't park in a back alley, and the next thing you know, he got
pictures of
stabbed a
that?
bunch.
Well, the delivery driver still, I mean, he didn't come out in good shape at all.
The delivery driver didn't?
No, that's the pictures and such that have come out is what ultimately sparked a felony charge against Sanchez.
Well, isn't Sanchez the one that got stabbed?
Yeah, but if you really read the story, he might have had it coming.
Was it because of the butt fumble?
If
or-
you read the story, just read the story. Is
What a
all I've got to
legacy.
say. No, read the story, and I think you'll come to the same
Well,
conclusion.
I'm sure you're right based on what I've heard, but the way you delivered it was fantastic.
They are a D2 club hockey team.
Okay.
By the way,
Club
so,
team.
So like, there's this association, the American College Hockey Association, that deals with all the club teams, I guess, and they have Division I, Division II, and Division III. It's very confusing because it makes it seem like it's an NCAA Division II sport or whatever team. It is not.
We leaned right into that. I thought we did a good
that's
job.
all. That's
We
all.
leaned
There's
right
gonna.
in.
That's all there's gonna be on that.
And hey, whatever you want to know about today, we're here. It's Tuesday.
We cover all the
We
bases.
can talk about Petrino and how things might be different or might not, or who the next coach is going to be. And then out of the blue, you just get a random surprise update. And Arkansas is playing hockey, and
6-2.
6-2. And there you go. I mean,
And I did not know they were an unsanctioned
6:45.
D2 team.
yeah.
Now I
you
know.
do.
I'm smarter
Yeah.
than I was
when
before.
you go to dinner tonight with whomever you're going to dinner with, you'll have something
Did
that
you
they
know?
don't know.
Did you know?
You can share that at the dinner table. Hey, if you're thinking about dinner, Walk-Ons is a great place to go. Over 60 televisions. You can watch any game there. NFL, they got the Sunday ticket. They got the red zone on. College all day. Bart has pointed out during the break today that this is our last night, our last day that we will have without having a college football game for the rest of the year.
Football. Just
Football,
because
period. I
Sunday
apologize.
will be NFL.
NFL or college.
Monday, yeah.
Okay.
America as it was meant to be.
Last day without football on TV until the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah. Stop by Walk-Ons and watch all of them.
What a time to be alive.
And then ask for a flight by Yingling while you're there. It's 6:46 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yingling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yingling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com. Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen. The Chuck and Bo Show.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
morning, Bart.
Welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
877-377-6963. JR is in Shady Grove. JR, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hello.
Hey, you're up. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, hold on. Let me get Chuck for you. Chuck! Chuck, you got a call.
Hello? Hello? JR, is this you?
Hello.
JR, are you there?
Let's just run with it.
Hello?
JR, are you there?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Is he-
What happened?
Let's try.
The only thing
just
better,
try line 3.
the only
Let's see
thing
him calling
better would have
back.
been if you just said, "Hold on, I'm connecting to Bluetooth."
JR, you there, man?
I just got in my truck.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
All right, JR.
Hey, let me
I
get
don't
Chuck
know what
for you.
happened.
Chuck, you got a call.
JR, you're up.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Doing
Good.
great. How
Good.
are you? Good.
I'm doing good. Doing good. I don't know what happened there.
That's all right.
Anyway, I would really like to, at the end of the day, as far as I think most fans are concerned, we just want to see effort on the field. Somebody's going to win the game, obviously. You want to see them go out there and give 100% Saturday and from here on out. If that spells, and I mean, as far as being able to go full circle with what he's done. But the other thing I want to ask you about is what, being involved in this 12-game playoff, it would be something to consider to move all these games that are not involved in that bowl games into the spring for spring football. That way you kind of know what you got going into the fall. What do you guys think about that?
We talked about that in the offseason, and I've gone back and forth with thinking it was a good idea. I think I'm back to not necessarily thinking it's a good
Bad
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
It sounded fun at the time.
It sounded different. Yeah, something
We were
that
looking
would,
for something different.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that sounds good during the seasons when you're bored.
Well, I think we were talking, it might even have been last bowl season with all the transfers that left teams.
You're right. That's when it came up.
And we were like, well,
That's
maybe
right.
they should just play these in the spring instead of spring games because we all know how much we love a good spring game.
I don't know that anybody sticks around just so they can, play in a bowl
No, if you're
game.
playing in a bowl game
Yeah.
and you have a chance to go make more money either in the NFL or at another school, you don't want to endanger those chances by just playing in a bowl game that's really for fun. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's for fun.
I hate to
And a
see the
trophy.
bowl. Yeah, I mean, I like bowl games. I like even the minor bowl games. But that's just me.
I do too. We like college football.
That's right.
We like any
I
decent
watch
game.
all of them.
You've
I mean-
said this before too, but can you imagine? Can you believe that the Texas Tech team that was in the Liberty Bowl last year is the same? Well, they're not the same Texas Tech team at all.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chevy of Fayetteville has over 200 new vehicles on the lot right now. So if you're in the market, now's the time to make a move. That includes the brand new Chevy Traverse, the Chevy Trax, and all the favorites like the Tahoes and Suburbans. And for truck lovers, there are Silverados in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday, you don't mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Propane and propane accessories.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I like the guac that they make at your table.
I like homemade.
When they bring it out.
When they bring it out.
What is
they
it
do the
about
whole
them
deal.
making it at your table that you enjoy?
It's the freshness part of it. It's fresh.
It's fresh.
You know, I love to be fresh. You know that. I love it fresh. You know how I am.
I love to be fresh.
You know.
Who doesn't?
I mean, that's...
Who doesn't? Fresh and clean all day. Chuck Barrett. What's your story? Well, I like fresh and clean.
That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Chuck.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Sometimes I listen to that stuff, and I think, man, you really are an idiot. And
Yeah,
by you,
yeah.
I mean me.
Right, no,
I don't mean you. I mean me.
I know what you meant. And sometimes I listen to it and think the same thing.
About me.
About you.
Yeah. It's only natural.
You know what, Chuck? We have fun and we entertain ourselves, and we generally hope that that's entertaining to others.
Yeah, I do entertain myself.
But
I
it
will
is,
admit that.
it is a great joy to come in here every morning in this studio with you and just start wondering what's going to happen next.
It really is fun.
And I mean,
it really is fun.
We could be doing a lot of other things. 7:03. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Shorty's in El Dorado. It's Tuesday, October 7th. If anybody needed to know, happy birthday if it's your birthday, Shorty. Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Doing
fella?
great.
I just want to try to lighten the mood up a little bit this morning. I've heard a lot of negativity especially about the football team and positives and this and that. But I just got to say something. An old wrestler of mine used to say that I used to watch when I was a kid back in the day. I've wined and dined with kings and queens. I've dined in the alleys on pork and beans. If you ain't down with this mess, you at the wrong address. I got something that'll make your back quack, crack, and your liver quiver. While Tennessee is in the back laughing and joking, the Arkansas are going to come out, woo, cooking and smoking. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, you too. Thank you. It's early.
He's a linguist.
Yeah, that's a.
At first, I thought he's quoting the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and then I thought, no, it's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, at the end, because he gave that woo, kind of like Eddie would.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, we need to hear from Eddie. By the
we
way.
do.
But I think lost in all of that was an upset of Tennessee.
Yeah, lost in all that.
I think
Yes.
Yeah, was that's the first upset call I think we've had this week. Brent and Cersei, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. Nothing like getting the day started with a Dusty Rhodes quote.
Yeah, you got to get a good wrestling
pretty
quote.
good right there,
Yeah,
Brent.
That was good.
Hey, and I must tell you, I'm going to be the first one to call it this week. The Hogs are going to have it up. We are going to go to Tennessee and lay that smack down.
Okay, there's two in a row.
That's right. That's two in a row right there. Back-to-back upset calls.
What makes you think that, Brent?
What makes me think that? The confidence that's shown in a very stoic way by our interim head coach, Coach Bobby Petrino.
He's the difference. He's the difference. Is that your thought? He's the difference?
No question, Chuck. No question. And I've got one question for you guys, and I don't mean this as a slight at our former defensive staff, but when you listen to Coach Petrino, he's harping on getting lined up, getting off the ball, staying in your gaps. Does that? Yeah. To me, that just says that he's thought when he was offensive coordinator, what are these guys doing? Is that a correct assessment? And I don't mean that in a negative way.
Well, it is what it is. I think if you ask Travis Williams that question, like, hey, what was going on there with the defense, he would have his own opinion and be able to maybe explain that in a certain kind of way. Regardless of that, It wasn't happening. And now it's one thing to talk about it, but the challenge for Petrino is actually to get them to execute it. And Chuck, you said something earlier before we got on the show today that Harold Horton had told you about Bobby Petrino a long time ago, and I think this is really interesting.
Years and years ago, we would travel on those Razorback Club meetings, and I can remember Harold saying that Coach Petrino was the first coach that we've had since Coach Broyles who could coach every position. He could coach every position out there if it came right down to it. I don't know enough about coaching to sit here and tell you, that's the way you coach a corner. That's the way you coach a linebacker. But the guys that do know that all talked about his ability to coach every position. Now, does that mean you're going to beat Tennessee? I don't know. But I think it does mean he has some ideas about defense. And if you notice real subtly in his press conference yesterday and in our conversation with him too, he talked about how the offensive guys are an extension of him. He can leave the room and go meet with the defensive guys, and they're an extension of him in terms of his offensive mind. What I heard in that was, I can go work with the defensive coaches. That's what I hear, because that's the area, when you talk to most fans, that is what's keeping this team from being where they want them to be, is they give up too many points. So that's a long way of saying I do think that as a head coach, he will have an effect on the defensive side of the ball. I do think that.
Well, let's listen in to something he said in his news conference yesterday along these lines.
We need to do a better job of getting aligned quickly, getting our eyes where they belong, and everybody getting in a good stance. I'm a big guy of stance. I think that football is, starting point is that I'm in a proper stance and my eyes are right. So we've been drilling that and working hard on it, and they've improved on it. Then you got to get off. If you're a D lineman, you got to beat the offensive lineman to his technique. Usually up front, whoever gets to their technique first has a great advantage to win that play, and it's really about one-play battles between the O-line and the D-line. Our linebackers are working hard at their eyes and what we're seeing, and then fitting properly, whether I'm A-gap fit on this particular look or I'm a scrape fit on this look. We've got to be in the right spots, and then our safety's got to work off of that. So sometimes if the linebackers are out of the right spot, then the secondary doesn't know how to fit, where to go, and that's where you get the big plays and the explosive plays. So that's kind of the starting point. I think it's important we all know how to shed blocks. We're working hard at shedding blocks. And then when you mention the effort, it's running full speed to the ball. Not running to the ball, running full speed to the ball. And we get all 11 guys doing that, then good things happen. You get more hits, you get more turnovers. Good things happen when everyone sprints to the football.
See, that's a head coach talking right there. That's not an offensive coordinator. That's a head coach talking about his defense. How many offensive coordinators out there in America right now you figure can talk about defense like that? Not very many. I think that when you hear that, it goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. He will have an effect on that side of the ball. And I suspect he's spent a little bit more time over with those guys than people might imagine. He's still offensive-centric, I'm sure, quarterback-centric. But when you look at what's keeping this team from winning right now, a lot of it does have to do with what's happening on the other side of the ball.
I want to go back to what you were saying about the late Harold Horton and his wisdom of Petrino, or knowledge, and talking about how he was the first guy since Broyles to be able to coach every position. If you notice how Petrino hires coaches, and you and I talked about this also off the air in our big pre-show meeting.
Yeah.
He hires coaches that are going to coach exactly what he wants them to coach.
He's the head coach. He's a head coach. And
he's not like, you got the defense. No. You guys just, you do what you do on defense.
You're right.
This is not, hey, Chad Morris brings in John Chavis, and he didn't even know what's going on over there other than what they tell him. This is like coach it like this. This is what we're going to do. The other day he was talking about having the defensive line, the front seven, all watch film together on run fits. That's an adjustment. Mm-hmm. And this is what I go back to talking about when he gets hired. He immediately has a plan and gets right to executing it and speaking this to the team in a way that makes sense to you, and you're like, okay, I can follow that. I can do that. I mean, which to me instills confidence. Now, you go out and lose 62-20 on Saturday. That's a harder meeting and a harder conversation and a harder practice when you come back. But that's leadership.
Well, the rubber's about to meet the road. And everything that can be done to prepare Arkansas for what's ahead, to prepare this team for what's ahead, I'm quite certain they'll cover all those bases. I don't have any doubt about that. Now, whether or not they're able to go out there and execute and win, that's the next step. But I think that a lot of people probably, including the players, some of them anyway, probably feel better about their chances today.
Let's go find our young project, Arthur in Vermont. Vermont, how you doing?
I'm good, bud.
You on the treadmill this morning?
I'm not, but I'm going to make my way there soon.
You doing okay? Let's welfare check. How are we?
Welfare check?
Well,
okay,
I don't mean like
good,
you're. I just, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I do have some insights. Well, I think this is. I have told people to stay away from that game. Last year when they played Tennessee, they left a lot of points on the field. I mean, really, that game should not have been close. It seems like they got inside the 10 a couple of times and came away with nothing. So, with that, now, I don't know if they can stop anybody, but as far as like Petrino knowing defense, I can remember on his, he used to do a great coaching show the last time he was here. And I remember when we came from behind with in Texas A&M, and Texas A&M had a big lead at halftime. And he basically said that he told the defensive coordinator, I can't remember his name, but it was, hey, how you guys doing? That it was something about an alignment, and he goes, move the defensive lineman out. I don't know. I can't explain how he said it, but then they shut him down in the second half. So he does know what he's doing. So with that being said, I feel like there is a chance, and Aguilar does turn the ball over. Now, if they can't tackle, it's all mute. But we've played them pretty well, and I tell you one of the signature moments of Petrino's last season was that 48-6 beatdown. So against Dooley's son, but yeah. So I feel like they can beat this team, and I feel like that. I don't know if it'll happen, but our offense will move the ball, I think, on this defense.
Arthur always sounds like he's got 3 or 4 things going on when he calls in. What are you messing with over there? Are you flipping laundry? What are you doing right now?
I was doing coffee, and I was talking to the guys here for the fire alarm, and I'm moving at all times.
Yeah, I got you. Well, hey, we've had a lot of positivity about this game this morning.
Yeah, I know. We've upset calls.
I mean, and
Arthur says they got a shot.
This is why you make a move, honestly. You could, whatever your assessment is on Coach Pittman, he did some really good things here. But when you get to this point in the season, the way the season had gone, it started with that fumble at Ole Miss, and it just sort of snowballed from there. This change, at least temporarily, Chuck, brings hope, and it's a reset. And now that reset, it's I'll use the analogy again. You draw that line in the scorecard. It doesn't mean you're going to make par on the next hole, but you're starting over as best you can.
That's right. That's right.
And so now there's hope in that, but not just for fans. There's got to be some optimism with the players. I think they come into this week beginning to believe that it can be different. And that's what, if you're Petrino, you're trying to get them to believe.
Well, there's signs of life. I mean, there have been signs of life, and I think we'll see that displayed on the field Saturday. Now, a lot of the time, and we've talked about this, when you have an interim coach, Look at pro sports. They fire a coach, or in baseball, fire a manager. You'll see a jump start, but then a lot of the problems that got the other guy fired resurface, and, you limp into the finish line. So the thing that we don't know is whether or not this is, if you have some quick success, can you sustain it? Because there's a lot of season left and against a lot of good teams.
We got to hit a break, but we're coming right back to the calls. We'll be quick, and we'll get back to the calls in a second. So stick with us. We're brought to you in part by Cadell Reynolds, where they're about Arkansans and helping Arkansans who find themselves needing help from whatever the situation may be. Maybe it's personal injury, struggling to get Social Security disability. Maybe it's a vehicle accident. Call the team that fights for Arkansans. That's Bill Reynolds and the attorneys at Cadell Reynolds. And the best part is you can get a free consultation to find out whatever it is you need to know about before you even get started. Log on to CadellReynolds.com and get that free consultation set up today. Or you can call them, 866-314-3728. Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
special place. I mean, that's why I'm so fortunate that I was able to come back here, and I think that we've got to get it back to that special place where everybody in the state is behind the Hogs.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I knew that was going to happen at some point.
Edward came in.
Diet Coke disaster across the room.
He said, "You want a fridge cig?" And he got one for me. And
Those
he
are
came
Diet
in. And
Coke.
He was
I
so
said it
happy.
doesn't get much better than
No,
this.
you said it doesn't get any
better.
Any better
than this. And then 90 seconds later, it's on his lap.
Bang.
And may have gotten into the console.
No console.
I didn't see
Did
any.
it get on your Kalachi?
It does look like the Kalashi might be slightly soaked. But we can.
I didn't hear any sizzle from the control board over there or anything.
There's not a French dip. It's a Kalachi Diet Coke dip.
That's right.
That
Sounds
Edward's
pretty good.
now having for breakfast.
Yeah.
Holy cow. What a morning.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's
Charlie,
Bart.
Charlie's in Camden. This is the cleanup. goes
Bart
on.
with napkins around his
Bart's
head.
the cleanup crew.
This is like courtside at the Knicks game.
That's right.
And somebody spilled their drink on the court. And they're over there scurrying to clean
He
it up.
came running in with. I don't know where this beach towel
That's
came
from my office.
Beach towel.
I've got towels over there. Charlie and Camden, go ahead.
All right.
What's up, guys? Hey, Edward, how old are you and Bart? How old are you guys?
Well, I don't know if Bart reveals his age on air, but I am 27.
Okay, so Chuck, Bo, I know what you, Chuck, Bo, I know what you guys are doing. Okay, you guys are picking on those young fellas. I'm only 32, about to be 33, so I get it. And look, it's totally fine, right? Pick on all the young guys. Like we don't know nothing.
Edward's really mature. He's not like he's a young guy. He's a dad. He's responsible.
Edward was born 30.
Yeah,
I mean, he was.
He talks about all that all the time. Exactly.
Yeah, but look, man, I have not been able to call in here in a few weeks, and because I've had to call from a company phone to the halftime show. Of course, Phil would tell me that I haven't been paying my cell phone bill, but that's not exactly true. I don't know what was going on down here in South Arkansas or why I couldn't, call through to you guys, but it was kind of frustrating. But at the same time, maybe it's a blessing because, man, it's been a tough few weeks for sure. And definitely right after what happened against Notre Dame, I know you guys we all know what happened. But I would say yesterday when I listened to Bobby, I think, man, just really intelligent, intellectual guy. And I'm not saying Sam wasn't. He is. But, the thing that I was listening to a defensive coordinator one day, and I can't remember his name. Good Lord Almighty. Who was it? Oh, man. He was an NFL coach, and he had brought something up that I thought was interesting, and Petrino kind of touched on this a little bit, or has been. The little things when you play defense, the fundamentals are so important. Just getting your eyes in the right spot, getting down to the stance. I know we all think oh my God, they should automatically, be able to do that. But when you're thinking and you're out of position and you don't know exactly what you need to be doing, those kind of things get, I guess, lost in the sense of, you kind of forget to do those things and the little things, the fundamentals. And I think that's something that's been lacking. Look, we all know this team is not a team necessarily that is going to go get 5 sacks every week. Okay. But what they can do is get back to what Bobby has talked about. And I think they will, is with the effort and the fundamentals of just tackling, because they've really struggled with that all year long. If they can get back to that, then they're going to be better on defense. And if they simplify it, which I know they will, look, they're still going to give up some points. But when you do those things that I just talked about, everybody run to the ball, he's right. Some good things are going to happen, and that's something that we did lack. We talked about, missed tackles. We've had so many. But there are times it's one-on-one, and then you don't see other guys running in there trying to help and make the plays. You got a gang tackle. These guys make people miss, so they're too good. And I think you will see that. I think you'll see more effort. I'm not saying we're going to go on the road and beat Tennessee, but I think they'll go out there and give them a game this weekend, guys. I mean, UCLA beating Penn State, who would have thought that? I mean, like you just said, Chuck, maybe this is a shot in the arm, and you get a week or two of some good things. It's going to be hard to be consistent with this schedule, but this is an audition for everyone. Everyone, the players, all these coaches. So go out there, play free, lay it on the line, and see what happens. That's all you can do. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Hey, good to hear from you, Charlie. Thank you. I do think this about the defense. They looked confused pre-snap a lot. And if you change that, it's got to help. I don't know how much, but it's going to help some.
I think they'll look like they've been coached. That's what I think. Well, I mean, that's an old way to put it. Your old timers will say, well, they don't look like they've been coached. I don't think you'll say that. I don't think you'll say that about this group.
Yeah, and you made a point yesterday that this is not a terrible team. They haven't been great, but Ole Miss is ranked 4th in the country right now. Will they be in the top 10 at the end of the season? I don't know, but my point is you're in games. You had chances to win against potentially 2 playoff teams.
Well, there's a good chance all 3 of the losses came to playoff teams. Memphis may be the group of 5 team. In fact, they've got the inside track right now. Notre Dame's going to be there. Ole Miss is going to be there, I think. I mean, they lost to good teams.
Let's see what Bobby Petrino can do with it. We talked about how, before we go back to the phones here, when he came as the offensive coordinator, people were asking the question, how many points is Bobby Petrino worth as an offensive coordinator? And routinely, people are like, I think he's worth a touchdown. Well, what is he worth as a head coach? Let's find out. Let's go to Springdale. John, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. Oh, my stack. I think it's my deal. Keep clicking on.
Mine was saying John.
Yeah. No, I'm clicking and it's not working.
No, it worked.
It did?
Yeah.
John's just not there.
John has left us.
All right. John's gone. How about Rick and Lowell?
Rick, go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Rick.
I'm first of all, thank you for your show. It's a good. I love it every morning.
Thank you for listening.
But this.
Oh, yeah. I think it's.
I think Bo clicked.
I didn't click it off, but I reset it, and that probably dropped him.
Rick, call us back.
This is an exercise in futility here. We need a reset.
I would like to punch this phone
system. We need an interim phone operator.
How we do?
Who can be that?
Somebody's got to.
Do we need somebody off the street?
This might be Rick right here.
This phone system's got to.
I don't have it.
Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, this immediate optimism has me somewhat puzzled, because the only thing that's different is we don't have Travis Williams, but yet we just mentioned they look like they're going to be coached. Bobby Petrino was there as the offensive coordinator. He's moved to the left and up, so it's just really got me confused because I've been around for the Chad Morris days, and I'll even go back to the Jack Crow days. But I'm just confused as to why there's a sudden optimism other than change.
Well, I can tell you what mine is. Mine is this. When you have an organization, it's got to be run in a certain way for certain things to happen. And again, I don't even care to go back and look at who wasn't doing what. But I know starting Sunday, a week ago, that everything changed in terms of direction, how it was going to be delivered, how direct it was going to be. There were no maybes. It's this, it's this, it's this. Everybody get on board. And by the way, here's what's in it for you. And when you start there organizationally at the top, in my belief, it makes a difference. And that's for me what this is about.
I really hope that happens, but I mean,
I think we're losing Rick. I get the gist of what he's saying.
I do too.
The personnel's the same, and you've changed defensive coaches. You've changed a good portion of that staff. What makes anyone believe they're going to be any better? That's a legitimate question. And I don't know that they're going to be 14, 17, 21 points better. I don't see that. But I do think they can be a defense that can do what they did at Ole Miss, get a couple of stops in critical moments. This is a team that does not have a lot of margin for error. When the defense gets a stop, you better get some points off of it. When you force a turnover, you better get some points off of it. All that stuff's going to come into play. But, if you watch that Notre Dame game, the defense quit. There's no other way to put it. I'm sorry, and I hate to use that word because I hate it when other people use that word. But they did. And there was a disconnect. There has been a disconnect. I said the other day that I thought the defense played well enough to win at Memphis and at Ole Miss. I took some heat for that. But if you don't fumble twice, you do win. So your defense was good enough to win. I think that's about where they are. I think they're better than what they showed against Notre Dame. I do think that, and I think we'll see a better defense this week.
We're wondering about this game. What you don't have to wonder about is what kind of meat you get when you deal with Plainview Beef and plainviewbeef.com. Go there, use the Chuck and Bo code, and you get clean beef that's actually good for you. Better protein, no preservatives, and you know your family's eating right. Tender, juicy steaks, 6 fillets, 8-ounce fillets, $99. Type in Chuck and Bo, and you're going to get a dozen beef sticks for free. How good are they?
Beef sticks are good.
Yeah. Snackable, like during the day, 8 to 12 grams of protein, tastes great. You know it's not from the gas station with a bunch of preservatives in it. Plainviewbeef.com. I had the steaks last night, grilled them last night.
I'm jealous.
Just juicy, tender, great flavor, and you know it's clean. Plainviewbeef.com. Use Chuck and Bo and get 12 free beef sticks. It's 7:34. Good morning. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
that's
we don't
all I
want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
You know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Goodbye. They're leaving. They're leaving. They're mass exodus.
They're heading for the exits.
it's
Can you
awesome.
believe it?
Goodbye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, we got Chevy at Fayetteville Situation Room.
And it's National Propane Day.
It's happening. Oh.
Did you know that?
Oh.
It's National Propane Day.
Propane and propane accessories.
Yeah, it's their day.
One more time.
Propane and propane accessories.
I love King of the Hill, man.
That's not even funny. It's hilarious.
But it sounds funny. Just the way he says it.
Propane and propane accessories.
Chevy of Fayetteville, 200 new vehicles. Anytime you go in there, I mean, they got them all. The showrooms, like you walk in the showroom and your head's on a swivel. Those Corvettes, I mean, gosh.
I did have to, when I was in there the other day, I had to check it out.
Oh, the Traverses, the Tracks, the Tahoes, the Suburbans, and, of course, the trucks, the Silverados. Beautiful. Sleek vehicles. And, man, they sound good when you start them up.
Yeah, you just bang that accelerator.
Boom. You got,
Look at all the heads turning in the parking lot.
Chuck's here again.
Yeah,
he
that's
is. He's ready to roll. Together, let's drive Chevy of Fayetteville. Bart, what do we have?
Well, I've got a lot of things.
Yeah, you do.
We've got the real top 25 that we need to get to at some point.
The actual top 25.
The actual
The
top 25.
Bart top 25.
Yeah. The real one.
I'm sorry.
The only one that matters.
The only one.
Other than, I guess, the selection
The
committee.
AP poll, we've been on this for a couple of years. The AP poll is, I'm going to use some Bart language here. The AP poll is trash.
Yeah, I mean,
it is. It's garbage.
Mine differs wildly from the AP
Well,
poll
I mean,
this
I just
week.
I don't know how these people just. I can't even do it.
That voter that voted Florida. I mean, that's what screwed it up for everybody.
Way back.
this
Well,
year.
it's made it pretty obvious.
Yeah,
but I mean that stuff's going on all the time.
I know.
And it's just it just doesn't. The credibility is lacking, to say
waning.
it mildly.
It's waning.
Well, you want to go there? I thought maybe you were going to start by wishing your father a happy birthday.
Well, yeah, that's what I would like to do.
Happy birthday, Mr. Pullman.
Yeah, Jim Pullman.
Jim,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday to my dad.
Clip that off and send it to him, Edward. We know he's not listening.
Does Jim?
No, he listens.
Yeah,
Jim
listens to
listen
the
in the
show.
morning.
He might be listening right now. Who can
Is
say?
that right? Jim listens to the
listens.
show.
Now he doesn't always. He's not always up at 6 a.m. to start.
That's funny. Neither are you.
But
Hey, well, you tell Jim that he needs to call the show someday, like Dwight Sr. did.
well, I don't know. I don't know that we're going to allow him to do that.
No?
Nah,
Does
I
he
don't
have
know that.
opinions? Does he have opinions?
Yeah, he's got a few. Yeah.
Are the Pullmans an
Are
opinionated
you
bunch?
kidding me, Chuck?
yeah, a
You
little
that's
bit.
that's a leading question.
I've
the
I've
answer to
just
that.
got this vision of all these Pullmans
you
sitting
imagine?
around. That's trash.
Thanks.
That's the worst idea ever.
The Big Ten has
Yeah.
ruined college football.
Yeah. Well.
11 a.m.
listening to
kickoffs.
those idiots.
Those idiots that have 11 a.m. kickoffs.
What kind of language gets used at Thanksgiving? Morons, idiots.
No. We keep
Garbage.
it. We keep it clean for the
That
children.
sucks.
We keep it
that's
clean for the
funny.
children.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, good morning. They're on their way to school right now.
Yeah.
Kids all over
That's right.
America listening to the Chuck and Bo Show.
so good.
Because the family that listens to the Chuck and Bo Show together
Stays together.
stays together.
That's right.
That's
Bart
right.
continues in the Situation Room.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Yeah.
Jim
Happy
Pullman.
birthday to my dad. It's also National Taco Day.
Okay.
So-
Marlowe's Taco Shack.
A lot of places doing specials today. So
It's Taco Tuesday.
yeah, it's also Taco Tuesday. So it's a great day.
You'll
for
be
it.
having a taco, won't you?
Most definitely.
This is Bart. Bart celebrates. What are you going to do with
well
propane?
to be
Yeah.
well.
I live in the real world where men sell propane and propane accessories.
That's right.
I might fire up the Blackstone. Who can say?
Oh,
Who can say?
Might have to do the same.
yeah.
In fact, I might do some tacos on the Blackstone.
Well, I did that last night. Literally tacos on the Blackstone, and I timed that really poorly. Should have saved it for tonight.
Oh, well, yeah.
Only
do it
I
again.
knew.
Really
Run it
screwed-
back.
He really screwed that up, didn't he,
Yeah.
Chuck?
Run it back.
Missed
Ruin your life
National
if you're not
Taco
careful.
Day.
Run it
And
back.
propane day.
Bart continues.
So then, the real top 25, the actual top 25. Are you ready? You ready
Okay,
for it?
let's go. Why not? We're here.
Now, I will say the top four.
Can we get Roger's call first?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do
Sure.
that
Do
because
that.
it may take a second. Roger,
Yeah.
you're in Paris. Go ahead.
Well, I got a comment about Arkansas Edge. It's been dead for a long time. That's the third failure with Hunter Yurachek. As far as the football team, Yurachek's going to handicap Petrino and the players and coaches, so I wouldn't expect much. You know, if the head of the snake if the head of the snake is still at the university, you're not going to get anything done.
Well, what do you mean?
And the Arkansas football program is screwed as long as Hunter's there.
Okay, but what do you mean? Like how?
What do you mean by what?
How's he going to handicap Petrino?
Same way he did Pittman.
How's that?
How'd he handicap Pittman?
Well, you tell me.
He didn't give him the things he needed.
Well, hold on.
He's going to do that to Petrino too.
Hold on.
And he ain't going to do anything until they get a new coach in. And if Hunter picks a new coach, it's screwed.
So
Hunter needs to go.
Okay, I'm not trying to change your mind, but I do think there's a clarification here. It's not like Hunter has a back room of cash in cereal boxes and he's withholding it. He then met with the board a couple of weeks ago to explain the deficiencies they have to compete at the level they're trying to compete at. And I would say he's been working on that. Now, you can argue whether he's done a good enough job, but it's not as if he's withholding something because he isn't trying to help. This is way more than just the AD.
Let me ask you this. Ole Miss takes donations from regular people. They can give $1, $5, $10. Everybody in the state of Arkansas is poor as dirt. And he puts a minimum of a $50 donation. And then he asks himself why it's a failure that he can't raise money. Well, hey, you know what? I would have donated $1, $5, $10, $20. But why would I do that when he puts a $50? I ain't got $50. Most people in the state of Arkansas don't have $50. They're barely making enough to buy food.
Well, I think you just described the issue.
That's just another failure of his ignorance.
Right. So
he failed three times in NIL. He failed the football team. He handicapped all of them, and he's not going to stop. I guarantee he's handicapping Petrino. He's handicapping the coaches and the players. It ain't going to end. They need to fire him.
Well,
let me ask you a question.
Mississippi's a poorer state than Arkansas, by the way.
Yeah, we got to take a break. Sorry.
I'm
FYI.
intrigued because I just don't think
silly.
that you've taken any time to really evaluate what you're saying. I think you just have a very surface level opinion, and that's fine.
Did Hunter Yurachek fail on the NIL Arkansas Edge 3 times? He's tried 3 times.
Yeah.
He's failed every time,
What's
right?
the solution, Roger? Let me just ask you before we go to a break here. What
What's
would
the-
you
I don't- I
What
didn't
would you
call in
do?
for a
What
solution.
would you do?
You need to ask Hunter Yurachek for a solution because he doesn't have any.
Okay.
He's failed at everything.
And neither do you, right?
I do not.
Okay.
I got a solution. How about letting me donate $5 or $10?
I'll take
There's
it.
your
Bring it
solution.
here. I'll let you donate it to me.
I think Have you called and asked if you could give them $5 or $10?
They don't take less than $50 minimum. That's Hunter's rule.
Have you asked if you could give them $5 or $10?
No.
It's 7:48. Good morning.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're going to be there, right?
Maybe.
Well, I'm saving you a seat.
I'm giving it the big maybe.
The hard maybe.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you're into high school sports, you want to keep up with it, Varsity Vibe Arkansas, go subscribe. It's free for the newsletter. It comes out twice a week. It's out today. You can look at all the past newsletters there. Varsity Vibe, Lindsay, Athlete of the Week. VJ Warren put on a show against Springdale. 310 yards, 4 touchdowns, wasted no time in the 48-12 win over the Bulldogs, returning the opening kickoff, 96 yards for a touchdown. And then Providence Academy's Gabby Bishop took the girls' title in the Chili Pepper Festival this past weekend. She finished the race in 16:58, which was a 15-second improvement from last year's performance. I think Chuck and I should run the Chili Pepper.
Best performance to date.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Is having your best performance to date. The Lindsay Management Athlete of the Week.
Notice how I definitely
Varsity
changed
Vibe.
the subject from us running.
Yeah, I did.
There's no chance.
You can follow Varsity Vibe on social media, any social media platform. Varsity Vibe AR. Man, Roger was he was mad, and he had some points, but they weren't very well made, and then he just got completely off the rails in his frustration and anger. And you can donate any amount of money you want. The Razorback Raffle is an example of that. RazorbackRaffle.com.
$1.
It is $50 to become a member of the
Razorback
Foundation.
Of the foundation, it is.
But it's not some requirement to be a fan or to donate money.
No, I mean, look, it's everyone, when things aren't going the way you want them to go, you want to find one reason why it's not. One reason. It's either this reason or this person. If you just change that, everything will be okay.
Yeah. It's called the silver bullet.
It's not as simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the magic pill.
It's just not. And, oftentimes it's like, well, he's not raising any money. Well, have you given anything? Well, no. Of course not. I'm waiting on those rich people to give all that money.
Right. It's ongoing, by the way. But right now, what you have is the team that you have, and you got a new direction. And I think Petrino's instilling some confidence. We're about to find out.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere. And more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Chris in Fayetteville. You're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We need to have a bet on the line for Chuck to get a tattoo.
Whoever bets Chuck getting the tattoo is going to lose.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you that.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, live a little bit.
It's
Jump
not
out of an
gonna-
airplane,
it's-
get a
that is
tattoo
not going
in your
to
60s.
happen. It's just not
Come
going to
on.
happen.
And a Harley.
Now, if I get a tattoo and a Harley, something's up. When that happens, there's some stuff
Go
going
see the
on.
country. There's always some stuff
Yeah,
going on.
well, there would be a lot of stuff going on there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
We had Coach Petrino on the show yesterday. If you missed it, you can catch it at Chuck and Bo on YouTube, on demand via podcast. It was around 7:15 yesterday morning. He told us he was motivated, excited for this Tennessee game, and then reiterated that in his news conference Monday afternoon.
Well, I don't think the age is what the determination is. I feel great right now physically. I'm feeling really good. I have a lot of energy. I think it's been fun the last 2 years here with the quarterback room and with Talon and the guys that we have on offense. It's been really enjoyable. So I think my hunger's still there, and as long as I can get up every morning and be motivated and feel great about it, I want to keep doing it.
You know, we heard a lot of the same things when Arkansas hired Cal in basketball. And I was of the mind then, and I'm still of the mind, that he feels like he's got still something to prove. Now, he doesn't, but I'm sure that he still feels like that. He wants to win in another place.
Competitor.
Absolutely. And I see and hear the same things in Petrino's voice. I mean, I don't think it's so much about, well, I think part of it is righting a wrong, but I also think that, how he's going to be remembered as a coach is going to be determined in large part by what happens here. And I'm sure he thinks about that too.
Well, time to introduce your broadcast partner.
Quinn
Chuck.
Grovey, everybody.
Yeah.
Greatest quarterback. Let me make sure I read this right. No, Quinn is, I want to say this, and I've said this before. I've told Quinn this. I'm not saying anything that I've not told Quinn. Years ago, when it came time to interview, Joe Ferguson was the sideline reporter, and he joined Danny Ford's staff. And there were a lot of former Razorbacks that came in and interviewed for this job. I was young. I was in the room. I had no part of the interview process, but I was in the room. But what made an impression on me, and it's what got Quinn the job, was he's the only one that came in and didn't act like he was entitled to it. And he was probably the most entitled of all the people that came in the room. But he didn't act that way. It was that part of Walmart training, I know. But seriously. But Quinn, how are you?
Man, I'm doing good. Thanks for the nice introduction.
Well,
man.
it was a late
appreciate that.
request last night. It was well after 7 when I requested. I had to promise, man, I'll butter you up. I'll make you sound really good. I know it's last minute, but you got to come on.
Razorback great, co-host of the Razorback Daily, heard daily wherever you get podcasts, and Chuck's broadcast partner on the football games, Quinn Grovey. Hall of Famer.
Quinn Grovey, everybody.
Hey, Quinn. Good morning.
What's up, fellas? How are y'all, man?
How's it been for you? Anything going on? You paying any attention to football lately?
Yeah. Not much going on around here. I mean, down here on campus, it's been a little quiet. I mean, but no, actually, there's been a lot going on, and we're all just trying to work through it. I mean, just like everybody else. And on this campus, you're just trying to figure it out. And you never want to go through a coaching change like that in the middle of the season, but it's one of those things where Hunter felt like he had to make that decision, and it was probably the right decision considering the way things were going. And some people would say maybe you should have waited. Some people would say maybe you should have done it a little earlier. Some people will say you should have waited to the end of the season. But he made that decision, and it's never good for anybody. So everybody's really trying to adjust right now. And so you're dealing with a lot of emotions, with the coaching staff, with the players. And it's just one of those things that's just not really good. But if you have to do it, it's good to have a guy on your staff like a Bobby Petrino who can take the reins and really implement his process right off the bat with no hesitation. I mean, let's just jump right in. I already know what I want to do. I already know who I want on my staff, and I know what the recruiting plan is going to be, all that kind of stuff. He is just quickly picking up the ball and running with it. and really trying to show Hunter, how his program would work. But you also got to deal with the players. Yeah. And I know that there was some pushback from the players, which is, I understand that as well. And, it's like, the best way I can describe it is if you got a family member that you felt was done wrong, you're immediately going to take sides. And so it's going to take a little bit of massaging to really kind of get that group to come back over from a defensive perspective. So there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of layers to the onion that, that I think is a lot deeper than what most people really understand, and really trying to get, 17 to 21-year-olds to really come out of a shell and play, because it's easy to say, pull up your bootstraps and go to work. You're getting paid a lot of money and all that. But when you're dealing with feelings, you also have to come with a different approach. So, it's one of those things where we'll have to see how it all plays out. But there's a lot of things that you've got to do when you're dealing with 17 to 21-year-olds in this situation.
Yeah, Quinn, I'm interested in your perspective on the players part of this and what they need to hear or what you want to hear as a player. I think Petrino's done a remarkable job of being very direct, telling them what's in it for them, speaking that way in the media, giving everybody a plan, saying this is the direction we're going to go, this is what we've got to do. And I heard you on all the emotions of it all, too, and I think he addressed that. But take us inside that meeting room and that locker room, and if you're a player, what does Petrino need to deliver that gives him the best shot to get them to play for themselves and each other?
Well, I think what you're talking about, what he did was really the right thing. You may not like what took place. You may not like the situation, but this is the situation we're in. And, the big message is that you never know in life who's going to be your boss. You never know who's going to show up and be leading the program or leading your organization. And so you've got to really understand that change is a part of it. All right, we're in this situation. We're playing at one of the best universities in the SEC, and now you've got an opportunity to play 7 more games. Some of you guys will never play football ever again. Some of you guys will move forward, but how you play in these next 7 games will dictate what your future is. So I think he did the right thing in regards to finding out the what's in it for me aspect of it. You don't necessarily have to play for me, but you need to play for something, and you need to figure that out. Is it for me? Is it for my grandma? Is it for me to try to get to the pros? Is it for me to try to get more money? Whatever it is it for the university? Whatever it is, you got to figure out what's important for you. The one thing you want to be able to do, though, and I think that this is a player-led team, they'll continue to play for one another. I think they'll galvanize. I think they'll do what they need to do to come together and play for one another. And so when you're doing that, and that's a big thing, and this is a player-led team, and those guys have really talked about that all week long in regards to, look, we've got different coaches, and we've got different things going on right now, but we still have the same nucleus here, and I think they'll show up on Saturday.
We played a soundbite a little bit earlier from Coach Petrino talking about the defense. I know you're an offensive guy too, and we all tend to focus on the offense. But let's face it, there's got to be defensive improvement. How much an effect do you think an offensive mind, but a former head coach, can have on a struggling defense?
I was driving in and I heard you talk about Coach Horton, and me and Tim Horton had that same conversation that you had. When you've got a guy that really understands just about every position out there, and he told me that. Coach Tim Horton said he can coach every position on the field. I thought that was really, really unique. I was like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? And he was like, no, really, he can coach every single position and be one of the best at doing it. So I think you've got a secret weapon right there that can really kind of spend a little bit more time on that defensive side and really implement what he wants to see. Now, I know in the past they talked about his defenses hadn't always been the most aggressive or most productive or whatever. He's always been an offensive guy, but he understands alignment and assignment, and I think that's really what this team needs, is just really, become a little bit more structured, understand what you want to do, where you want to be aligned, and all those types of things. There was a lot of times that this defense was in the right position. You just missed tackles. And so it's really going to be about shedding those blocks. I like when he talked about that. I like when he talked about tackling in space. So I think there's just little things. If they can just tackle, if the defense can just tackle just a little bit better, you're going to be in a much better position. But at the end of the day, I just think that he's going to have you in the right position. Bobby Petrino will put that defense in the right position. It's still going to be up to the players to make those plays.
Last couple of games, it seems to me like we may have seen the offense affected by what was happening on the other side of the ball to an extent. Yeah. There have been some areas offensively the last couple of games that they've got to clean up. What do you see on that side of the ball?
I totally agree with you, man. I think that when you have an offense that is required to score on every possession, you feel the pressure. And, I can go back to my senior season. Our defense, we struggled on defense, and we felt like we had to score every single time on offense if we were going to stay in a football game. And that's a lot of pressure. And so you come out in the first couple of games, things are freewheeling and things are high-flying and things are really good. But at some point in time, when that opposing offense continues to go up and down the field, you're like, golly, man, can we get a stop? Just give me a stop. Just give me some relief. But there's so much pressure there that I think that I don't want to say imploded, but it just starts to eat at you at some point in time. And so they just got to get back to having fun, man. I think they were having a whole lot of fun right off the bat in those first couple of games. Taylor was freewheeling. The wide receivers were running those crossing routes all across the place, and Taylor was making great decisions. They just got to get back to just really having that fun. I think that offensive line has been a catalyst, and so when you get in trouble and you feel like your offense is not really activated the way you want, you get back to that run game. I think Mike Washington has got to get more carries. I think Braylon Russell's got to get more carries, and you got to find a way to do that. You're always going to insert Taylor Green into that, but it's just really about getting back to the basics on offense and just slowing down. But if that defense can just give them some type of relief and give them a stop or two, I just think that they're going to feel a little bit better about what's taking place. You've got to find a way to get separation from an offensive perspective, and I just think that that's what they got to get back to.
Quinn Grovey with us here on the Chuck and Bo Show. All right, what do you expect to see this week?
I don't know. I mean, that's a great question. That's $1 million question. I think everybody's really trying to figure that out, and I do believe that they're going to play extremely hard. I think they'll be ready to go. Here's the deal. We're going to jump on that plane on Friday. We're going to go to Knoxville, and at Saturday at 3:15 Central, that game is going to kick off. And your mindset better be right, because Tennessee don't care about what your mindset is. They don't care what's going on. They don't care about the coaching change. They're hoping you're down. Because if you go out there with the wrong mindset, they'll put 50, 60, or 70 on you. And so, but if you go in with the right mindset, then you'll have an opportunity to compete and get to the fourth quarter like Coach Petrino said. I mean, this offense that Tennessee brings to the table is really, really dynamic. I mean, they're going to stretch the field. They're going to hit you with a bunch of wide splits from their wide receivers. I mean, you're going to see wide receivers close to the sideline. They're going to have stacked formations. They're going to be looking for free releases. They're going to find a way to create as much space as possible where you have to make tackles in space. And so this defense is going to have to find a way to make tackles in space. And, defensively, they're going to come after you. Their defensive front is very aggressive. They don't blitz a whole lot. They'll blitz about 30% of the time. They'll play base coverage on the backside, really not trying to give up a lot of big plays. But that offensive line has got to be critical. But these are two offenses that are explosive and two defenses that have given up the goose. I mean, they've given up a lot on both sides. And so this is going to be about chunk plays for me. Arkansas is a team that's given up, or it has 37 chunk plays so far on the season. Tennessee's given up 24, which is 15th in the SEC. The problem on that is the flip side is Arkansas is dead last in allowing chunk plays at 29, and Tennessee has 31. So it's going to be really about winning on first down, not giving up chunk plays, and finding a way for a defense to steal a possession or two.
Quinn, thanks, man. Great to catch up with you, as always. Great to hear you on the Razorback Daily, Monday through Friday with Matt Zimmerman, and we'll be listening to you on Saturday with Chuck. Thank you again, man.
All right, fellas, take care.
All right, appreciate it. Quinn Grovey just laying it out there.
Yeah, I mean,
great job.
He can break it down.
It was a good look.
There's no doubt. Hey, I'll tell you who else knows their business, and that's Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. We talk about them a lot, and there's a reason for that, because they've treated us right. and they'll treat you the same way. I can guarantee you that. They've been doing this since 1978. Whether you're buying or selling a home, if you are looking for your dream home, they'll help you find it. If you're looking to sell, I mean, you got to sell, they'll help you get it done. It'll get done. You'll get the price you want, and they'll service you every step of the way. That's the way they operate. It's the way they've done it since 1978, and that's the way they'll do it for you. They're in Washington and Benton counties in northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, Branson, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
we, and I include myself in this, we like to think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we do miss the mark. I mean, sometimes we do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The actual top 25, though, never misses the mark.
Try not to.
Always at the bullseye.
Well, I'd say it's more thought out. It's well thought out.
Well reasoned.
Can't say that about the AP or the coaches poll, in my opinion.
No.
I'm not saying everyone who votes in it doesn't try as hard as Bart does, but I'd say there are more who don't.
Penn State did not get a vote in my poll. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Where are they in the AP poll?
I think they dropped out of
They
the AP
did.
poll.
They did.
But there were people
Texas
who
and
voted
Penn
for
State
them.
are out.
There were people. Texas also. not in
Texas
my
is
poll.
1 and 2. The preseason numbers 1 and 2 are both out of the top 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And where's Arch in the Heisman race?
No, non-existent.
What are the odds for Arch right now? 1,000,000 to 1?
Probably.
All right, Bart, what do you have for us? In the actual top 25, what's really who are the best teams in college
so a little change at the top from last week. Ohio State back at number 1. Miami up a spot to number 2. Oregon down 2 spots to number 3.
What did they do wrong?
Well, their best win is against a Penn State team that may not be very good.
I got you.
So we just kind of the other 2 teams have been really impressive. Oregon, needed overtime to beat a Penn State team that might not be very good. So the jury's out on them a little bit.
I got you.
Ole Miss 4, Alabama 5, A&M 6, Georgia 7, Oklahoma 8, LSU 9, Tennessee 10.
Where's all the Big Ten teams?
We'll get to a few of them.
All right.
Georgia Tech 11, Indiana 12, Notre Dame 13, Missouri 14, Texas Tech 15. You want to be ranked higher? You want to be ranked in the top 10? Play somebody, anybody, anybody with a pulse.
They can't change their schedule, Bart.
Well, I understand that, but you shouldn't get rewarded for beating up on an easy schedule.
Yeah, but you sometimes got to turn on the TV and watch the games.
Yeah.
Yes, he'll play.
Have you seen him play? Have you watched them play?
I have watched them play.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
I think they're a fine team who's going to get exposed against an actual good team.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? When's that? When does that?
Not
game
until the
come?
college football playoff.
This is Indiana of last year. Is that what you're telling me?
This year's
Yeah.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Texas Tech. Say it with your chest so we can quote it. Texas Tech is last year's Indiana.
This year's.
Yeah.
Last year's Indiana.
They're like Indiana was last year. Yeah. This year.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We'll figure it out.
16 Illinois. 17 Vanderbilt, down a couple spots.
16 Illinois.
Virginia at 18.
Chandler.
BYU
That's right.
19. Memphis 20. Cincinnati 21. Arizona State 22. Florida State 23. This one hurts. Michigan 24. South Florida 25.
See, even with your bias, you bring it.
Now, who are the
objectively.
significant teams that you have omitted from the actual top 25? Texas and Penn State.
Well, let's see.
Where's New Mexico?
Where are the Lobos? They're receiving votes?
For some, no. For some reason, the AP poll has Iowa State ranked. I personally think that's a joke.
You said that all year.
Yeah, they're not one of the 25 best teams in the country. They just are flat out not.
You've said that since Ireland.
Yes. Yes.
He said it before Ireland. Right?
Yeah, even before.
He suspected it
even
was
before
gonna
the
happen.
first Guinness of the year.
The AP poll and I, we differ quite a few on some teams. They have Indiana at 7. I have them at 12. They have Texas Tech at 9. I have them at 15. They have Michigan at 15. I have them at 24.
Who do you have ranked higher than who's in the AP? Do you have anyone that you think is better than the average voter?
Let's see. I have Alabama higher. I have, let's see.
Oklahoma?
I have LSU higher. I have Tennessee higher. They actually have Oklahoma higher. They have
Okay.
Oklahoma 6th.
Yeah, I'm not sold.
I have Georgia Tech
Who do they
higher.
have this week? Is it Bama?
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
No, it's the Red River game.
Oh,
this
that's
weekend.
right.
Yeah,
Texas.
they play Texas.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
2.5 point underdogs.
I have Vanderbilt higher. I have Virginia higher. So,
I watched Vanderbilt and Alabama Saturday. I'm not as sold on Vanderbilt.
Did you
as I
see?
was
Well,
before.
look, when Johnny Manziel is your
I think they're
mentor,
pretty good.
I mean, everybody deserves chances, second chances, whatever. But Johnny Manziel's your mentor, and he's on the sideline taunting fans. I mean, if you're Clark Lee.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, you probably don't want that.
Yeah, you got Johnny Manziel on the Vanderbilt sideline smoking a vape.
Was he really?
Singing Dixieland Delight, dancing to it, and then at other times, just getting into it with Alabama fans.
So Vandy's 5-1 now, right? 5-1. This is the rest of their schedule: LSU, Missouri, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. I bet they win 3 of those games.
2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean they're going to win 7 or 8 games in the regular season.
What's Auburn's record?
Auburn is 3-2.
Of the games in Fayetteville today, which one do you give Arkansas the best chance of winning? Give me all 3 in order.
Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State.
In that order?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted
chance
them
to win.
I thought you wanted them in
chance to win those three games. Which Mississippi State the best chance?
Mississippi State, Auburn. Yeah, flip them.
Do you like their chances against Auburn? We haven't seen them play yet. Under Bobby Petrino.
Yeah,
haven't seen him go to Tennessee.
It's hard to say. I mean, I've been down on Auburn since before the start of the year. I don't think Auburn is very good. Problem is, Arkansas hasn't been very good either.
They're a fumble away from beating Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean,
they're a fumble away from beating Memphis.
Yeah, but they fumbled and they lost.
They
did, and they lost the game.
They did, but can you get that cleaned up? Can you get the rest of what was going on in those games cleaned up?
Maybe
at all.
What were you saying a minute ago about off the air about schedules, Big Ten?
Yeah, so let me give you
how good the Big Ten is.
These are This is South Carolina's schedule.
Right.
The next 5 games: at number 11 LSU, home against number 6 Oklahoma, home against number 8 Alabama, at number 4 Ole Miss, at number 5 Texas A&M. That is the toughest 5-game stretch I have ever seen in my life, and probably anybody has ever seen in their life.
I don't know. It sounds reminiscent to Arkansas'
that's
schedule.
5 top 11 teams in a row. Meanwhile, this is Oregon's next
in the
5
Big
games.
Ten.
Yeah.
Home against number 7 Indiana, at Rutgers, home against Wisconsin, at Iowa, home against Minnesota. I'm tired of the Big Ten, man. I don't want to hear about them ever again. I don't want to hear from them
at all.
They're frauds, man. That's
Fraud.
a fraudulent league.
Fraudulent
It's a
league.
fraudulent league.
It's fraudulent league. It's foliage.
It's awful.
Fraudulently
man.
foliage.
It's foliage.
It's pitiful.
Foliage. It's what?
They have some good teams, right? Every year they have some good teams. It's usually just Ohio State.
What about Michigan?
Sometimes Michigan's good. Sometimes they're not. Penn State is
about Illinois?
Middle of the road.
James Franklin.
Always.
Is James Franklin a good coach?
I think James Franklin is a good coach. Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right.
Dan Lanning.
I think Dan Lanning's
Excellent
a good
coach.
Yeah. But look,
Kurt
Oregon's a Pac-12
Cignetti.
team. The Big Ten can't claim them. I'm sorry.
We need
Oregon's
Indiana
a
to win
Pac-12
the Big
team.
Ten this year. Let's just start rooting for that. Indiana, Ohio
I think
State,
Indiana's
Big Ten
better than they
championship.
were last year, and they were good last year. I think they're better this year.
But
I really do.
These teams just aren't tested week in and week out because the middle and bottom of the Big Ten is just a brutal conference. Like
The Big Ten?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
and
middle
by
is
brutal, you mean the bad
Yeah,
kind of brutal.
yeah.
Not brutal as in tough.
No, yeah.
Brutal
yeah.
as in horrible.
They suck.
I got you. Fair enough.
I'll tell you who doesn't suck. I'll tell you who doesn't suck, who you can count on. That's Teamwork Roofing
There
and
we
Construction.
go. They don't suck.
They don't suck. They bring all the qualified materials and the qualified employees, the workers, the players, the certified crews to get the job done at a higher level, much higher level than the Big Ten. Nobody's saying anything otherwise about Teamwork Roofing and Construction. No matter the difficulty of the job, they're going to come in on budget and on time. You need an estimate because you've got an insurance claim. Make them at least one of them. TeamworkBuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Something you can count on. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality. Powered by Teamwork.
You can tell I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicher Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
we're running out of time for the fall foliage.
The fall what?
Foliage.
Okay. Is it foliage or foliage?
It's foliage.
Foliage.
It's 3 syllables.
Foliage.
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 It's foliage.
Foliage. Yeah.
Foliage.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, it's just flown by again. We got all kinds of stuff to get to still. 877-377-6963 if you want to text or call the Chuck and Bo Show. Hey, man, did we have fun when we were at Oaklawn or what? We're planning more trips to Oaklawn, doing the show there on
Opening day, baby.
December 12th. The holiday racing season. They've got 2 racing seasons this year, starting December 12th through Sunday, January 4th. Then they'll come back on Friday, January 30th through May 2nd for the classic racing season. If you haven't been to Oaklawn lately, I mean, it is a weekend getaway. All kinds of things to do at the resort. The hotel rooms are fabulous. You wake up looking at the track.
That was pretty awesome.
The sunset's amazing. The restaurants are great. The Forbes 4-star spa is incredible. You walk in there, you don't really want to come out. Obviously, they've got the casino, smoke-free. If you want to go into the casino, you've got the sports book. And then, of course, on the other side is all the racing that we just got done telling you about. And then there's all of Hot Springs to go with it. I mean, it really is a place to get away. And you kind of forget about it if you're tucked up in Northwest Arkansas. Sometimes you forget about what happens when you can go through the tunnel and really experience something. It's really like an Arkansas heritage. Oaklawn Sports app, we talk about that all the time. Bart's looking for a particular bet this week at Oaklawn Sports.
I'll have to ask Zach about it.
He got done going off about the Big Ten and whatever else. We go to break, and he immediately goes in on the Bengals.
Well, you know, that Jake Browning.
He's terrible.
I love him. I think he's a great quarterback.
I
remember when he was in Washington.
He's horrifyingly bad. Like, it's October.
Horrifyingly
It's
bad.
like watching a horror movie every time the Bengals
Horror
take the
movie.
field.
Yeah.
Right now.
And you watch.
I do. I'm a fan,
And you
but
put your-
I don't know that I can subject myself to another Sunday of watching Jake Browning attempt to throw passes.
Do you get on?
Like, I mean, he threw 3 picks last weekend, and they were 3 of the worst throws I've seen a professional quarterback make.
Well, hey, DJ Lagway turned it around. Maybe Jake Browning
No,
can.
he can't. He can't. We have enough evidence to know that he can't. There are better capable quarterback. Like, send the Giants a 7th-round pick and take Jameis Winston for a few games.
I knew Jameis Winston
There's no
was
way they
coming
would
out.
take a 7.
Okay, a
It's gonna
6th,
cost more than
whatever it takes. Like, we got to tread water till Joe Burrow gets back. Our division's terrible. Like, just find somebody who's competent.
It's
like
awesome.
competent. That's all we
He said,
need.
Can I get a Jake Browning
Just
interception prop bet?
Seriously,
So I can make some money.
Set it at 1.5. I'll still take the over.
So I can bet on my team.
You know what's funny
but not
about
for the quarterback.
about the AFC North and how bad they are? The Ravens are 1-4, and they're still favored to win the division.
Yeah,
over the 3-1
it's right there for
Steelers.
the taking. We just got to tread water till Joe Burrow gets back, and the ownership, the front office, the coaching staff has failed.
Oh,
failed.
It's like
What else you want to talk about?
Is this new? It's just
No, the front office has been failing. Front office and ownership has failed Joe Burrow since he
Yeah.
was drafted.
Yep.
They still can't put a competent offensive line around him.
Yeah.
Because they won't spend money. They're cheap. They are. I mean, Mike Brown is.
Is that why
cheap.
they failed? Because they're cheap.
That's part of the reason, yes. And it's part of the reason that they're not going to go get somebody to replace Jake Browning as the backup because they're cheap.
I just realized I can listen to you go off about anything.
We do,
What
yes.
else do you want?
Anything.
Yeah.
I don't
Joey
know,
talks
Vic.
more about construction.
What
and
about the
fans than-
construction out there on College Avenue? What about that?
It doesn't end.
Yeah, what would you do?
Something different than what they're doing.
What is it that frustrates you the most about it?
That it's still going on, and that they're constantly tearing stuff up without finishing stuff
It
first.
seems like they can't really decide out here what they want to do. Have you noticed
Yeah.
that?
Now they got a whole shopping center entrance blocked off, and I'm like, well, why wasn't that done first? So like get that out of the way instead of like closing off an intersection.
But really, what about that Jake Browning? I mean, really, he's horrible. He's horrible.
Is it him or is it the offensive line?
No, it's Jake Browning.
Well, you
he's
just
terrible.
blame the offensive line.
Where's Brandon Allen?
Yeah.
He's better than Jake
I
Browning.
know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they could get Brandon Allen. Where is he now?
He's the
He's with
Titans
Titans backup.
Yep.
It's also another miserable franchise.
Traylon Burks, by the way, has been cleared to play.
Yeah.
He's available.
Yeah,
Maybe
free
the
agent.
maybe the Bengals could pick him up.
Well, we don't need to spend money on another wide receiver. We need
somebody that can throw to him?
We've got Jamar and T. Higgins. We're fine there.
Bart, Oaklawn Sports,
Traylon
bet with the brand you trust.
need to tread water.
Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bart's looking for a Jake Browning prop bet on interceptions. I mean, I'm sure it'll be available on Sunday.
Yeah.
Who do they play Sunday? You got to tread water.
Just got to tread water, man.
They play
Joe
at
Burrow gets
Lambeau
back.
against the Packers.
Oh, yeah. I'm a
it's
Packers
all
fan
order.
now.
It'll
Bart.
be it's all order.
14 and a half point underdog.
That is an insane spread for an NFL game.
Insane.
You
I
never
think-
even see
we
like
don't-
double digits in the NFL.
We don't really do fantasy football around here, but I'd say if you've got the Packers defense, play it on Sunday.
Yes.
Probably a really good
Yes.
idea.
Yeah, if you get the Packers.
We have
D.
we have a texter that would like to
Sunday
know, what do you think
opportunity.
about puppies and kittens? Your thoughts?
love them.
Okay.
Love
Oh
them.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who doesn't love puppies?
Hey, by the way, October 14th, it's coming up
this
a
all
week
day.
from today, Chuck.
Yeah, I know.
Breaking Bart
Breaking Bart.
at Big Creek. By the way,
Breaking
there is
90
a
with
slight
Bart.
chance of rain in the forecast again, and we have decided that we're just going to get through it this
We're
time.
going to play through it.
Like-
Bring your rain suit.
Yeah, I mean, we
Bring
can't
your
have
rain
two
suit.
rainouts
Yeah.
on Breaking Bart. And then the Fayetteville Country Club has stepped up. And I think with a Friday before either the A&M or the Auburn game, probably the Auburn game, we'll do that at the Fayetteville Country Club. You can go out and try to break 90 there. We may have to. You get like I think they're par 70. So we may have to do something a little different out there.
Break 88.
For you, yeah, exactly. Right. It doesn't have the same ring, but I think they're going to be next on Bart's Natural State Golf Tour.
Everyone senses the gravy train. That is
Yeah.
Bart,
Yeah.
and so they they all
Everybody
want to
wants
hop
to-
on.
that's right.
They all want to hop on.
Your Flight by Yingling golf bag.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if you start smoking on the back nine at Big Creek.
yeah.
No,
with
I
things
won't
on the
be doing-
line,
I won't be
ripping a
doing
dart.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be doing.
Ripping
I won't be doing that.
Charlie Hall back there on the back nine.
David is in Searcy. David, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, guys. With the baseball playoffs going on, I've been thinking about my Cardinals and how they're never in it anymore.
Now you're getting me
But,
going.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you, Bob Gibson was my childhood hero by far. No one else even close. Tom Seaver once said Gibson was the luckiest pitcher he'd ever seen because it seemed like every time he pitched, the other team didn't score any runs. And Tim McCarver, after Gibson walked a batter one time, started out to the mound, and Gibson pointed and he said, "Go back to where you came from. The only thing you know about pitching is that you can't hit it." And that's the kind of guy he was, man. But I can't watch all the state it's in now. I went back to say, I just picked out a year, 1999. 18% of all outs were strikeouts. This season, 30.4. In 1999, you had 55 players over 300, batting over 300. This year, 8. I just can't watch it anymore. Chuck, I'd like your opinion on that, and I'll let it go.
All right, David, thank you.
I'm going to do my best, Bart. The Cardinals are horrible. They're no longer committed to winning. Anybody could do better than Ollie Marmol. Why they think he's a big league manager is beyond me. Anybody can see this. They don't care. They don't care.
You need to tread water.
They need to tread water until they
get a
hire
new
a real
manager.
manager.
Yeah, that's good.
Until they start caring about winning.
That's good. When we come back, we'll talk about the Arkansas defense. We'll see what Bart thinks about that on the Chuck and Bo Show. Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
So I spent yesterday. You don't mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
everybody wants to win. When you, as a fan or a person or whoever, make everything about winning, you're saying that only winning is acceptable. And I guarantee you, you don't win every single day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's Bart talking to his brother at Thanksgiving dinner right
I-
there. That's just a typical Pullman family.
Yes.
Pointing at him.
The Pullman family arguments. I can't wait. You got to see this someday. Oh, it's a TV show.
It's not like
is
that.
so funny.
It's not like that
It's
at
a
all.
TV show.
It's not like
Going to
that.
start on Hulu.
You don't win every day.
I guarantee you.
Not like that at all.
Hey, Butch Davis doesn't win every day, but he was trying
Butch
to win
Jones.
at the touchdown.
Butch
yeah,
Jones.
Butch Davis. I
Yeah,
said
Butch
Butch
Jones.
Davis.
That's
Butch
all right.
Jones. Sorry, I was,
Shout
I
out
was
Butch Davis.
thinking about
Yeah, a little slip
where
there.
is Butch Davis? Butch Jones at the touchdown club yesterday on this Arkansas State game.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you, Little Rock. The game here in War Memorial obviously did not have the outcome that we wanted, but I will tell you what, for the entire state of Arkansas to come together in our state capital in that environment, no other state of the union has ever experienced that. And why would we take that away?
That's an insane
That might be
thing
a
to
little bit of
say.
an overstatement. That might be a little bit of an overstatement.
No other state of the union. No other state of the union.
Well,
No other state of the union has ever experienced that. And why would we take that away?
Propane.
Well,
and
actually-
propane accessories.
National Propane Day.
Yeah, it is.
I live in the real world where men sell propane and propane accessories.
Oh my gosh, what has happened today?
No other state of the union has ever experienced that. And why would we take that away?
Why would we take that away?
For the
No
love of
other
God.
state has ever experienced the people in the state coming together in the state capitol.
For a football game.
For football.
He didn't say that though.
But I mean, like, it's not a bad. Oh my God.
Well, again, he maybe overshot the mark a little bit.
No,
there.
They do in the state of Texas almost every Saturday.
Pretty much every other state's done it. maybe not Alaska. You know.
Wow, that was quite a statement.
Yeah.
Man,
They do it in Nebraska 6 times a year.
that is really something. That, but wow, he was all in on that. He was all in on that. Hey, let me tell you about the Sweatnum Edge. Sweatnum Edge can be a game changer for you. If you're struggling with fatigue, you're tired, you just don't have the energy level you used to have, get a free evaluation. Look up the Sweatnum Edge and find out how life can be much different. When you feel better, when you have more energy, and it just changes your whole outlook, changes your attitude, changes what it looks like to get through your day. You don't have to pound energy drinks to do it. I've done it, did it about a year ago, and the last several months for me have really been life-changing. So I encourage you to check out the Sweatnum Edge. You can also log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com. But the Sweatnum Edge, you just get a free evaluation. You find out where you stand, and then they offer up a game plan. You evaluate whether you want to do that, just like every team has to do. And things can be different for you with the Sweatnum Edge. Well, it's been a heck of a show.
It really has been. Someone's going to say, what'd you guys talk about today? I don't really know.
I don't know.
Well, it was kind of all over the road.
Bart's mad at the Bengals, hates Jake Browning.
And that construction just never ends.
Mark Sanchez is
He's having a bad day.
and we're going to try and do it again tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park.